Don't gamble with your recovery. Don't be the person who goes all in and then loses everything and then gets caught up in that vicious cycle. Hey guys, how's it going? Miguel here with CFS Recovery. Today I want to talk about this concept of how gambling is like recovery, at least for a lot of people. For me, I know it was kind of like that for a lot of people. Every day people tell me these things and you can actually correlate how gambling can be exactly like recovery. Now I want to draw this picture from you and tell me if this looks familiar. You start here, you make some progress, you feel really good, you feel like you're winning. You're very happy, right? Because you're happy, because you're excited and you have this euphoria and you think things are going really well, you go even further. You're even happier. It's a new all-time high. You're winning, you feel great. Again, you go higher. You're even more happy. But look what happens next, okay? Because you're on such a hot streak, you're doing really well, you're winning. You're winning here, you're winning here, you're winning here. You go up and boom, goes straight down. And then you're down here. Very, very sad. I'm gonna draw some tears. So you're happy, you're happier, happiest, and then boom, it all tanks. So if this looks familiar to you, that's because this represents overdoing it and getting too excited that you're normal again and then crashing right down. So here, you're feeling great. I'm gonna draw it blue because blue, let's say blue's good. And then you come crashing down. I'm gonna make that red. This can paint a picture of two different scenarios. One, there's someone in Vegas, they're playing blackjack, they put in $100. They come to the casino with $100. They put it down, they hit 21, they feel great, 21. They're like, you know what? I'm feeling lucky. Let me put in another 100. Or they want 100, so let me put in 200. They win again. So now they have more money. Then they go all in again. And then they go all in. They've made some progress, and then boom, here they're back to zero. And that's a place we never want to be at. But that's a place a lot of us have experienced that. I know I've experienced. I've done this cycle so many times, and then you start back here and then the cycle repeats. Essentially, you win, you win, you win, boom, you never get anywhere. Now if you were watching someone in Vegas play blackjack or play poker or play backgammon or whatever kind of game they played down in Vegas of gambling, you'd look at them and say, man, you are crazy. What are you doing? Like, why don't you just take your winnings and enjoy it? Why don't you learn how to walk away from this instead of repeating this crazy vicious cycle over and over and over again? But in reality, this is actually what happens to us all the time in recovery. We feel okay, so we go outside, we increase activity, maybe we watch TV for extended periods of time, maybe we try exercising just a little bit, and then we do all that and we feel okay. We're able to go outside, you're able to watch a lot of TV, you're able to eat a lot of junk food. So you go, that feels pretty good. Let me go a little bit more. Let me see if once and for all I'm actually okay. Let me see if my body can handle it. Let's just find out, because I feel okay right now. So you win again and you feel okay, right? You still feel okay. You're like, wow, I must be better now. This must be it. My body must have just figured out how to get better and came back into balance. But you reach this point and everything comes crashing down, right? So it's no different than going all in every time someone's gambling. Someone gambling in Vegas, going all in on every single hand, is no different than you trying to push yourself and hoping, crossing your fingers, that your body actually survives this time and your body actually adjusts. But, the definition of insanity is doing something over and over again, expecting a different result. And I think that's the reason why, especially for me, I felt like I was going absolutely insane. I felt like I was going crazy because I was literally running the same cycle so many different times, but expecting a different result. Not just in the physical things I was doing, but in the mindset. I didn't change my mindset. In fact, my mindset was just getting worse. I would think that I just had to push through something like this, or I would think, maybe this time around is different. Maybe I'm winning. So maybe if I just ride the wave and change something else, maybe if I'm more positive, then everything will change. But there are certain things you have to do during recovery that are more than just mindset, more than just, positive thinking, but actual things you physically have to do and not do in order to recover. And this is not it. Really what this should look like is this. And then here there's an adjustment period. And then increase and then down, and increase and down, and increase and down, increase and down. And that's a much more sustainable approach than trying to go all in every hand. The mindset a lot of people have is that the energy comes back, they feel somewhat normal. They're like, oh man, it's so rare that I get this. So I want to cherish this energy. I want to take advantage of it because I don't know how long I'm going to have this energy for. It's been so long since I've been feeling normal. I just want to get a taste of what normal is. Even just a taste of being half normal, or a taste of doing a little bit, a taste of going outside my boundaries and doing more than what I'm used to. And so they ride this wave of excitement and hopefulness, and they cross their fingers really hoping for the best, and they always end up crashing down to either zero or close to zero, or really going back to square one where they're stuck. Now, it's not to say that feeling symptoms are bad and feeling fatigue is bad and having these adjustment periods, because adjustment periods are part of the path to recovery. You never want these extreme highs and lows, because not only are you crashing, physically, but mentally you're going to be on this roller coaster that's really going to mess with your mind. That's a picture I wanted to paint today. Just recognize, are you that gambler throwing down every hand, going all in, hoping for the best and crossing your fingers, thinking that this time will just be different and hoping for that? Or are you someone who's actually increasing activity, handling those adjustment periods properly, and increasing again and handling those properly? Which approach are you taking? It's the first approach or the second? Because the second is what's going to get you to recovery. And I teach all of that in Recovery Jumpstart. The thing is, a lot of people, they get overexcited when they have this energy jump in your body. And when the symptoms start to fade away, they get excited and they jump back into things way too soon. Whenever you do that, it just takes a toll on your body. Your body gets overstimulated, almost like shocked, and it'll put these limiters and be like, nope, we're cutting you off. I want to add in something here as well. If you're down here, let's say, you win, you lose everything. And, the gambler, he wants to go back and play again. He doesn't have any money. So he's going to ask the casino for a loan. So it's almost like it's not his money he's dealing with. It's something else. For us in recovery, a lot of times this can be supplements. And what happened with me was I was relying a lot on supplements just to keep me afloat. Lots of IV therapy. I was taking thyroid medication too. Obviously, I'm not saying to stop any medication you're taking. If you are taking medication from a doctor, continue taking that. I'm not a doctor. I'm just saying that there were supplements that I was relying on to get me to recovery. And when I was relying on them, they would give me energy, then I would increase, and I crashed even harder. So it's almost like I lost my energy and felt tons of pain and symptoms. Plus, I lost the energy that the supplements were giving me. So I crashed even harder and dug myself in a hole. So supplements, it's almost like borrowed energy. It's not real. It can help stimulate things in your body. But imagine if you're struggling with supplements and you're pushing it, imagine if we took those supplements away, how bad you would crash right now. So don't rely on supplements, especially if you are constantly over pushing, because you're only digging yourself a deeper and deeper hole. Now, if you are going to go to the casino, be smart with it. Spend energy wisely and know when to cut yourself off, even before it gets bad. This person here, say you win 3 hands in a row. Say you're over here. This is a good time to just walk away. You don't need to be climbing higher and higher. Just coast. And then maybe, try your luck again, but don't go all in. Use your funds very sparingly, and instead of trying to jump up here, maybe try to jump halfway. And then that way, if you do lose, then you're going back to just here, almost like your new baseline level, instead of trying to go up here and then crashing all the way back down. So think about it that way. Don't gamble with your recovery. Don't be the person who goes all in and then loses everything and then gets caught up in that vicious cycle. That's all I wanted to say today. if you do like the content I put out, if this helps you in any way at all, then make sure to like this video, hit that subscribe button, and also make sure to hit that notification bell, because YouTube doesn't show a lot of the videos. Even for people who are subscribed, a lot of people miss the videos that I've been putting out. So make sure you hit that notification button. Comment down below so we can boost that YouTube algorithm, so that way this can be shown to a lot more people who need help and who need content like this. So comment down below if this makes sense. If there's any other videos you want me to share on this channel, I read all the comments. So make sure you engage down below, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.